Anyways, hi guys. So we're gonna
Heyo.
hello.
What's
So
that?
so welcome in. So we have a fun little topic today. I felt like the last like few sessions have been pretty deep and intense, so I wanted to do something a little lighthearted and fun. And also because I know from past experience that we really like doing this and we get really into it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a game of what if. And how it's going to work is we're going to take a character from Genesis, not a character, but a person who lived in Genesis, and we're going to tell their story, but we're going to tell it like it's happening in modern times. Tristan?
Is God a character?
That's a question for another
And
day.
if so, how would one tell his story?
Well, there's a song
Babe.
about
Okay,
that.
I want to go first. I want to go first.
Okay.
Well, ladies first.
It's gonna be long. It's gonna be real short, okay? Because remember, I was real quick.
No, it's good.
So, okay, so this mine is the birth of Isaac, but it's not really a birth because it's right. What if, right? What if some real old people, grandparents, took on a child, right? Took care of that child, and everyone's like, it's impossible. They're too old. They wrote this kid becomes successful, and then at the end they celebrate and because because they raised this baby to a child and they're old.
No,
That's
I
what
get
I
it.
got.
I get
And
it. No, I get it. And it does happen a lot, especially nowadays. Like, there's a lot of grandparents raising their grandchildren. So, yeah, that definitely resonates.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, good job.
Sorry, that was it was real surface level. Sorry,
No,
guys.
it's good. It's good. Now that we have brought up the topic of Isaac, do we want to talk about Isaac?
He
I
was a Redspan, from what I gather.
Isaac's story is not really well documented in the Bible. Like, there's they talk about his birth, they talk about his almost murder, and then they talk about him getting married and having kids, and that's kind of it.
And he was circumcised. He was circumcised.
And he was circumcised.
He was circumcised. Don't forget.
But yeah, they don't really talk much about who Isaac was outside of like what he stood for in relationship to the other characters in Genesis. So yeah, that was a good way of summing that up because there's not a lot of information to go on. So yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was hard. I'm gonna tell you. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
definitely feel
proud of
that.
mine. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I was
you
proud.
did a
I
good job.
was good.
Honestly, I'm proud of you for even attempting it. So you did a great job.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. So that's cool. So, Des, your character kind of related to that. Do you want to go next?
Who?
Oh,
Mm,
that'd be my turn.
yeah.
So
Wait,
I
who?
thought about it this way to be it more of a bring it to a more of a modern time. It would be more of like Sarah talking or to her girlfriends or whatever and say to her sitting there going, so I'm a housewife and I'm faithful and devoted to my husband. I do what I'm supposed to do. And the Lord has promised me to have a baby, but it's been so long. And here I sit. We've done all this stuff. I'm so old now.
I'm past the point of having a baby, but I want a baby so bad. I think I got an idea. So I'll talk with my housemaid and see if she'll be a surrogate for me. And then I can raise the baby. And that way I still get to have the baby that I was promised. Goes on, she has the baby, and husband's like, okay, if that's what you want, sure, we can do that. Because why not? We have another child, or we have a child now, but now she doesn't want to give me the baby I wanted. She wants to keep him. And now I still don't have my baby. And now she's trying to take everything I have. Oh, Robin, you're muted.
Thank you. That's very accurate for Sarah. I can picture her saying all of that and having all of those thoughts in her head, and and then that story with Hagar, it just, the whole thing just blows my mind, okay? Because first of all, like, I get that this different time period, and they owned people and stuff like that, whatever. But you gave your maidservant to your husband to impregnate.
To me, it always reminded me of shoot, I had it on the tip of my tongue there for a second, and now I can't. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yes, very much so. I was thinking the same thing, actually. Yes, and
Yeah.
and the other thing that gets me is Abraham. Abraham's part in that whole thing. Like, she was like, "I want you to go impregnate my maidservant," and he was like, "I."
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, I want to, without being mean to the guys, because not all men are like this. So I want to put that out there, right there. Because not all men are like this. But on the vast majority of some men, all that went through his brain was, woohoo, threesome.
Probably. Knowing 97.9% of the male population, including those with other orientations, would probably have thought that.
Yeah, like I said, not, and this definitely does not include all men, my dear.
I'm not the only dude in here.
Well, I can only speak for you though, but I'm sure these are the same. Not all men are like that, but
Yeah, they are. They may not admit it. They may not actually follow through with it, but they thought it. I'm just saying.
I have a hard enough time pleasing one woman.
Anyways, but yeah, no, like that, like, first of all, even if I was the one who initiated that conversation, the fact that my husband was just like, that would have done something to me on a fundamental level.
Right. Like, oh, so you thought of this already.
exactly. I would have been like, whoa, wait a minute.
Like, I thought you might put up a little bit of a fight. Like,
Right? That's what gets me when it comes to Sarah is like, girl, I can understand, yes, you were promised, and you were promised this from the Lord that this was going to be a thing, was going to happen. You know, but what went through your brain?
Yeah,
That it would make her husband happy to have a child.
I mean,
The baby fever is one thing, but my God.
I think
I
it
think
makes
I read
her.
that story wrong. I think I read the story wrong from one.
I mean, it's
I'm
making
like, hold
sense.
up.
Like
Huh?
Isaac is just like Isaac came after that, so you might not have read that part.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah, this
just
was
read because I
before
thought
Isaac.
each. See, I always thought each because I thought she was like pick a story, pick a thing, and each one like was a section with a person. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this one and then talk about these.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess there was a whole story.
This
Okay,
was before.
Oh, it's all good.
So this was before Isaac. So all of this happened. What was
Ishmael.
the name they gave Hagar's baby?
Hagar.
Ishmael.
No, Hagar's baby, Ishmael.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Ishmael was technically born first to Abraham because, but
And
through
Isaac's half brother.
yeah, and
Right.
Isaac's half brother.
But he wasn't
It
the
wasn't.
one that was promised, and so he got kind of booted.
Yeah, so he got kind of booted, but and I think it was like another 10, 20 years. Ishmael was almost grown by the time they finally got to the point where here comes Isaac.
Yeah, Ishmael was
I know,
old enough to survive in the wilderness with his mother, so he was, 8, 9, 10, something.
yeah, yeah. I think he was around 10,
Mm-hmm.
and but that still put Abraham and Sarah in the 90s
Yeah,
when Ishmael was born,
yeah. I mean, they were over 100
or Isaac was born. I
when
mean,
Isaac was born. I think. Let's check that.
mm-hmm.
I think they were. I think Sarah was like 102 or something like that, or something like that. But yeah, it was way, way like it is. Remember that show, 50-Year-Old Mom or whatever, and that chick was like 55 years old and she was having a baby by natural birth, and you were like, that's not humanly possible.
That's not supposed to be that way.
How did you
I
do
was thinking of Robert De Niro. I'm like, that dude's old, and didn't he just have a baby? I'm like, ugh, they still work. There's still some.
Yeah.
Those things should have been empty, right?
Old people, yay. But yeah, no, it was like that. Like exactly what you'd like that. Like there's no way that they should have been able to have a baby. So I get where she was doubting, but and also too, Sarah was not really the devout one in the group. It was Abraham. Sarah was just kind of
It
like,
was Abraham.
yeah, Sarah was just kind of like his wife, and she questioned him at every turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
he
I
was
mean,
constantly skeptical.
yeah, and she says it several times, like, how can you follow a god that blah 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 or whatever. But so it makes sense for her to be skeptical. And it makes sense for her to try to take that action upon herself just to try to make the prophecy happen, because she, in spite of everything, was really, really like into her role as a wife, and she really wanted to please her husband. And she knew he would be pleased by having a child and fulfilling the prophecy.
Yeah,
And
because with that, she was a very, very devoted wife and housewife, and doing all of that, as far as it went. But she just got baby fever like it
Mhm.
wasn't nothing.
Fun fact about Sarah: Sarah was Abraham's cousin. I just thought I would put that out there. But anyway,
Pickings were slim back then.
Weren't a lot of people in the world.
Yeah, Pickens or Slim, yeah.
We're not going to judge that. But anyway, that's how they did things back then. They didn't care about bloodlines. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, Sarah's one of the more interesting characters in Genesis, because if you really think about it, because she's not one of the main characters, because obviously the book focuses on the male characters, but her part in the story is instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
Every step of the way. Her part of the
Oh
story
yeah.
is instrumental. And that's why she got a name change too, right? She went from Sarai to Sarah. And
Yeah.
right, when Abram went from Abram to Abraham, which means father of many, she went from Sarai to Sarah,
Yep.
which means, I think, blessed of the word or something like that. I have to look that up. I used to
I
know.
got it just a little bit ago.
The name Sarah means princess, noblewoman, or lady.
There it was. Princess. Okay.
Mhm.
I like the first name better.
I know I like Sarai better too, but
Yeah, I was like, Sarah, that's what you went with?
Sarai was
Wow.
a common Jewish name, and Sarah was an elevated name, I guess. But yeah, without Sarah, without her really weird decision, we wouldn't have Palestine, and we wouldn't have a significant portion of our history
Yeah.
or our future, because Palestine is very much a part of Revelations.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so to finish that story out, Sarah sent her maidservant Hagar to her husband so that Hagar could get pregnant. Um, and then Sarah was going to take the baby and raise it as her own. So Abraham's like, and Hagar got pregnant. And when she had the baby, they named it Ishmael, and Hagar refused to give the baby up. She's like, it's my baby. I want to raise the baby. And in addition to hanging on to the baby she was supposed to give away, she also started to treat Sarah badly. She didn't listen to her. She was her servant, but she wouldn't do what she asked her to do. She started trying to take liberties with the camp and the property, like she owned everything, because she felt like she was in a higher position as a wife to Abraham than Sarah, because she had the child and Sarah didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. She started to get very much, well, I was able to give him a baby and you can't.
Ooh.
Therefore, I'm the proper one and he deserves the inheritance, not you. And
She got
yeah.
really real Housewives of Atlanta, and
Uh-huh.
it was a thing.
Mm.
And so Sarah went to Abraham and she complained, and she was like, she's my maidservant. She is overstepped. She won't give me the baby. She's this, she's that. She didn't hold up her end of the agreement. And Abraham is like, basically says, she's your servant, so you handle it however you want to handle it. And he throws it back on Sarah.
Mm.
Translating for modern times like that, it's like the husband's mistress showing up on the doorstep, the wife's doorstep, going, well, we have a baby together and I think I deserve to be here.
Mhm.
Cherry, cherry,
Or
cherry.
those relationships that are like polyamorous, and you got, oh, we want a third, and then all of a sudden that person wants the third, and they're like, hey, what happened?
And that's why
Uh-huh.
polyamory never works.
It never worked.
It never. If people who say that it works for them, they're lying. It never works. I've never seen it work.
I've seen too many poly relationships.
And too much drama because of the poly
Mhm.
relationships.
And now my brother never sees his kids.
Mhm.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so she was all Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Sarah was like, "Okay, you want me to handle it? I'm gonna handle it." So Sarah makes Hagar pack up her possessions and her child and leave the camp. She just kind of casts her out into the wilderness. She's like, "If you're gonna be like this and you're not gonna hold your end of the bargain and be my servant like you are supposed to be, then you're gonna fend for yourself and you're gonna leave our camp and you're gonna take only what you can carry." I think is how it's written.
Yeah. It's basically, hey, girl, you got to go.
Right. And I think Tristan said that Ishmael would have been around 14 at this time. So she packed up her son and her meager possessions because she was still a servant in the household. And she goes out into the wilderness. Now, this is the only point where Hagar becomes sympathetic in this story. Because
Yeah.
she's cast out with nothing and a child to raise. And so Hagar, who by the way was not a member of the same faith as Abraham and Sarah, did not follow the same gods as Abraham and Sarah. She's in the wilderness. She basically falls down on this rock and she starts praying to Abraham's God. And she tells him, she basically says, look what you've done to me. Look at the position that I'm in because of the things that they did in your name and blah blah blah, and you have to help me. And there again, that's a moment when God comes through, right? Because God was like, okay. He's like, I'll help you. You're right. They did these things in my name under a promise that I made to them, so I'm going to uphold it. What's up?
Yeah.
And so he does, right? He gives Ishmael his own nation. The nation. Yeah.
We are.
Okay. I was gonna say, so another good people, like you said, well, it was the same. I was gonna say, yeah, the surrogate. It's almost like when people like they say that, they're gonna have the baby and then the mom has the baby and it's like, wait, no, baby, you can't have it.
Right. And like technically it's not your baby because they just put it inside of you and it had nothing to do with you, but you carried it. Yeah. It's kind of like
And
that.
they have to do it, right? If they like went through the contract, like this, the parent has to give it up, right? Whether they want it or not, or no. Will they let them
You
keep
get
it?
rich contract.
Most states favor the birth mother in every situation. Most states favor the birth mother. There have been many times and many people who have been screwed out of a lot of money because they paid a surrogate and then the surrogate backed out at the last minute and just took the baby.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought that's why compared. Like I thought it was like a contract.
It
Like
is a
you have to
contract.
do it.
It is a contract, and they can sue them in civil court for breach of contract, but it's not against the law. Yeah. Anyways, so Sarah, good character, really good character. And then she went on to have Isaac, and she named him Isaac because it means he laughs, because she laughed when God told her she was going to have a baby in her old age. And then that feeds right into Alexis's story.
Yeah.
Yay! One more thing I want to say about that particular topic is this.
There you go.
Ishmael was the father of Palestine, and Isaac was basically the father of Israel. So if you think about it, all of that conflict that happens over in the Middle East is really just a conflict between two brothers who don't get along.
See, I thought it was about oil.
No, that's why we're involved.
Oh, You missed. Never mind.
We're like, can we get a part of that?
Like, oh, y'all got something we like. Let's just jump in your conflict and act like we had a place here.
Right?
All right, cool beans. Love it.
And gravy.
No gravy. We don't do gravy. Gravy free.
Gravy is a food group.
Yeah.
It's a food
Man,
group.
I took my up last night.
It's a food group we
Yes.
don't do. We don't do gravy.
The other night we had biscuits and gravy for dinner.
Okay, now biscuits and gravy is a different story. Biscuits and gravy is its own food group.
I'm never going to be a skinny man.
It's the epitome of breakfast foods. But only if it's sausage gravy, because otherwise it's just flour on
I mean, what
flour.
other gravy would it be?
Huh?
What other kind of gravy is there?
I don't know. Sometimes my mom made bacon gravy. That was weird. And
I like brown gravy too. Brown gravy's
I mean,
good.
Brown
for
gravy.
biscuits and
For
gravy,
biscuits
there's
and
all
gravy,
kinds
though.
of good gravy. But for
Sometimes
biscuits
I
and gravy,
make
there's really
hamburger
great
gravy for my biscuits when I'm strapped. And if you live in Georgia or you're from Georgia, then you probably had salt and pepper gravy, which is literally just the gravy without the good stuff.
Yeah, I think. Don't we get the peppered gravy and put sausage in it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I would get, the peppered gravy.
Mm-hmm.
McCormick, to be exact.
Yeah. In my house, we did a lot of just eating that gravy without adding anything to it. At my old house, at the house that I lived in, against my will. So.
We do that too with cube steak and peppered gravy.
I don't
Oh,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. I don't do gravy on my cube steak. It's a childhood trauma.
Because you're a weirdo.
I mean, yeah,
It's because you have blue glowing cat ears.
they're purple.
Well, on camera they look blue.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense. Do the lights look blue or purple?
On the ceiling they're white.
Yeah, they're purple. It's all real purple. If you were in
Well,
this room,
I know. Well, I figured it was knowing you.
I mean, you know how I roll. So yeah.
That's how I roll.
That's how you roll. All right. So, do we need to say any more about Sarah or Isaac?
No, I think we got it.
Isaac,
Esau.
Mr. Isaac.
All right, cool. So, Dee, did you do your homework assignment?
No.
So anything from Genesis?
Anything from Genesis. Just retell it as a modern story.
I got you on it. Okay.
Everybody heard.
So there was this dude named Jacob, right? So he got himself a little money. He was like, "Hey, my youngest son, he been real good lately. Let me get him something nice." So he run up to the Gucci store. He get him a nice little coat. Coat has all these kind of colors. Then when he get back home and give him the coat, his brothers see that. His brothers, they form a plan. They call up Peter. They're like, "Hey, Peter, hey, our brother, he got this coat. I'm pretty sure it made of lions, tigers, bears, all that kind of junk." So Peter come through with his brothers. They get a little bucket of blood. They dip the coat in blood. They throw Joseph in a well, and then they sell him off. So Joseph gets sold off, all because he was feeling himself. How about that?
Huh.
Okay. All right. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. And coincidentally leads right into Tristan's story.
I did do my homework.
I have a couple of
Well, I'm
questions
glad
about
you did
mine.
because I didn't do my homework, but we're good. We'll get there. What's up? What's your question?
Well, do you want me to read it the way it's wrote? The way I sent it to you?
I mean, you could put your flair on it.
And do you want me to stop after each section for comments and questions? Or just read it straight through?
Just read it.
Yeah, I pay for no ads. So no, I'm kidding.
Why am I getting ads when I pay for no ads?
Yeah, why am I getting an ad? Just go
Anyway.
straight through.
Just read it straight through, and we'll interrupt you if we have something.
Okay. So the setup is Joseph grows up in a blended family in Atlanta, the youngest of 10 siblings. His father, his father, Jacob, runs a small but respected construction company. Jacob is the favorite, not because he's perfect, but because he's curious, intuitive, and strangely gifted at reading people and situations. Jacob buys him a custom varsity jacket, loud colors and embroidered patterns, the kind of thing that makes everyone else roll their eyes. His brothers see it as proof that Joseph gets special treatment, and Joseph, he has dreams, vivid ones. He writes them down, sketches them, turns them into short films on his phone. He talks about them too much, and his brothers get tired of hearing how one day we'll all be working together and I'll be leading the team. They don't hear ambition, they hear arrogance. The betrayal. One summer, the brothers take Joseph along on a long delivery run for the family business. Tensions boil over. They leave him behind a rural gas station, take his jacket, and tell their father Joseph ran away. Joseph's phone is dead. He has no wallet, no way home. A truck driver heading south towards Miami finds him sitting outside the station and offers him a ride. Joseph accepts. The rise. Joseph ends up working at a luxury hotel in Miami Beach, starting as a laundry attendant and a front desk trainee. His natural ability to read people makes him incredible at conflict resolution. Guests trust him, managers rely on him, but trouble follows him. A coworker falsely accuses him of misconduct. His shipments are constantly delayed. Data is a mess, and no one knows why. Joseph studies the patterns. He predicts bottlenecks before they happen. He recognizes routes. He saves the company millions. The CEO promotes him to director of operations at 25. The crisis in 2026, a massive supply chain disruption hits the Southeast. Storms, port closures, fuel shortages, companies panic. The startup is on the brink of a collapse. Joseph steps in with a plan based on the same pattern reading instincts he had as a kid. He forecasts shortages, reroutes shipments, and negotiates emergency contracts. His strategy keeps food, medicine, and essential goods flowing through Florida and Georgia. He becomes a regional hero. News stations call him the supply chain prophet. The reunion. One day, a group of men walk into the office. His brothers, now struggling after their own business failed, are seeking help from Joseph's company. They don't recognize him at first. He recognizes them immediately. Joseph could humiliate them. He could deny them. He could remind them of the gas station. Instead, he helps them secure a contract, gives them work, and finally reveals who he is. The brothers break down ashamed, relieved, and stunned. Joseph simply says, what you meant to hurt me with ended up shaping me, and he invites them to dinner.
Tristan's a writer.
That was good.
In case y'all didn't know. Yeah, so that was.
Yeah, I should have never went.
Nah, man.
Y'all fucking. Hey, boo this man. He also said he had a good day.
Shut.
Get me.
Shut. All right. So yeah, so
Okay.
that
Good.
was basically the story of Joseph retold twice in two different ways, and that was both good.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I mean, Joseph's one of the favorite characters that gets talked about a lot. He's not one of my favorite. He is one of my favorite characters, but he gets talked about a lot.
Because he's Gucci.
He is.
Yeah, he's Gucci. If it ain't Gucci, it ain't Gucci.
He is Gucci. But you know, having said that, Joseph is Gucci, but it's all about the Benjamin.
I mean,
I just said
nowadays it's all about the Pentiums.
No, I mean, seriously though, it's all about the Benjamin. It's all about Benjamin, Joseph's little brother Benjamin.
But in Genesis, wouldn't it be about the Benjamites?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
We do not eat our Mr. Beagle's work.
Joseph ultimately, through all of that, didn't even end up with his own tribe. All of that. He didn't even get his own tribe. There are no Josephites.
Right?
Why would you want a Joe to fight?
I don't know. Joe might be good at it.
I mean,
You don't know Joe. I don't.
You don't know Jack.
I know Joe. I just don't know Jack.
From the block.
Well, I know Bo, and Bo knows everything.
You know Bo Diddley.
And now I'm sitting here going, like Mike. If I could be like Mike. Alright, anyway. So, Joseph, questions, comments?
Concerns?
I mean, we're all concerned.
I mean, see what had happened was.
You see, Maury, what had happened was.
The goats are okay and nobody's pressing charges.
Judge Joe Brown, what had happened was.
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, so Joseph, to go over it in biblical context, Joseph was the 11th out of 12 sons of Jacob. He was the favorite son because he was the only one of two sons that were born to his favorite wife. And Joseph was the oldest. So Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other children, and he wasn't shy about that. He openly loved Joseph more than his other children. And he bought Joseph, or he bought or had made or somehow acquired this coat that was supposed to be this like hugely like expensive, elaborate coat. They call it officially the coat
Technicolor
of
dream
many.
coat?
What?
Technicolor dream coat?
Yes. Yes. Don't make me sing. I'm not singing today. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is a famous Broadway musical about this exact story. But anyway, it's a coat of many colors is what they call it in biblical text. And he gave it to Joseph. He made a real big deal about it. And yes, Tristan,
Is that many colors or many colors?
it's the same as Abraham's many children.
Yeah, I know. He had many sons.
He had many.
Little bitty.
But so the other Jacob made a big deal out of it. He called everybody together. He made them watch as he gave Joseph this special gift and didn't give any of the other kids anything. So the other kids were pretty jealous of Joseph. And to top all of that out, like Joseph clearly did not know how to read the room when he was young, because clearly on top of all of them already
Hey guys, you're
hating
gonna kiss my feet.
What?
So he's like, "Hey guys, you're gonna kiss my feet someday."
Yes, exactly. And it, they already hate him, resent him because of the way their dad treats him, and then he's walking around like, one day I'm gonna be your boss. One day you're gonna bow to me. One day you're gonna kiss my feet, right? And
Right.
so, he's kind of asking for it. I'm just saying. He's got, 10 older brothers, and he's just walking around telling them that one day they're going to be, he's going to rule over them. He's kind of asking to get beat up. Just saying.
That's like someone going around saying you're gonna be flipping patties for the rest of your life or something,
Right?
Like,
Like,
you make money shit.
The sad part about that is he was walking around being just innocent and naive about it too. And
yeah.
he really was. And he didn't think, because he was a young kid and he just the baby of the family, as it were. And like any baby of the family, just spouting stuff off. But the older siblings are all sitting there like, I'm about to smack this kid.
Right, exactly. And it's sibling rivalry. I really think that it started out as a sibling rivalry type thing, like how my sister told me I was adopted when I was a kid because she was jealous. Siblings do
Yeah.
mean things to each other. But then it turned violent, right? Because they took him, they threw him in a well, and they took his coat and they covered it in lamb's blood, and they took it back to their dad and told their dad that he fell down the well and died or something like that.
Yeah.
And his body was
And-
supposedly carried off by scavengers, so they couldn't even bury. That's a little deep,
And,
you know what I'm saying?
and to
Like,
translate that in modern times, how many times has older sibling killed their younger sibling because they were just sick and tired of their mess?
You want to see?
Whatever it was.
You won't see that in a Disney movie.
Right?
Yeah, it'd be the parents in a Disney movie.
I mean, Elsa
We're
did
talking
almost kill
Disney.
Anna. I'm just saying.
But I mean, and it sadly happens quite a lot.
Elsa did try to kill Anna. I'm just saying.
Oh, Anna.
Let me try to think.
It's
on the
Anna, Tristan.
and the Dova does
Can
in
we
the
talk
P
about
Rat.
was it the first movie, towards the end of the first movie, Frozen? One of them was literally about to have their head cut off
Yeah.
in a Disney movie.
That's Pocahontas,
No,
right?
it was
Like,
That's weird.
No,
It
if
was
you
just
actually
Frozen towards the end where she's about to have her head cut off.
if you actually pay attention to what's happening in Frozen, and
oh
don't just,
yeah, the dude was like this, and then she was like,
Can we talk about that? Like,
That's weird. Disney usually likes to kill off parents.
yeah.
Well, they already killed off the parents.
They killed off the parents at the beginning of the movie, so they had.
What about the Prince of Egypt? Was that one? Did those brothers start beefing? No, or am I
The
tripping?
Prince of Egypt is about Moses and
It's
Aaron.
about Moses.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, huh?
Mhm.
Have you known? I never saw that full movie. I keep watching the intro because the song "Deliver Us."
I love that song. The song at the end that's like Whitney and Mariah. That's like, I love that song. But
I'm gonna have to get there. Yeah, I've
like-
heard it so many times.
it's like When You Believe, or If You Believe, or whatever. It's really, really sappy and cheesy, and
Do you believe in life?
Kristen will make fun of me for knowing it. But
Not, I would never.
uh-huh.
But can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
I don't know, but
No, I
I can
can't.
definitely hear the voices of them on the mountain or whatever it was. But anyway,
I bet you hear voices.
I do all the time. What'd you say?
Huh?
Anyway,
Have you ever seen?
do you have your orange juice?
So, Robin, what was yours? What was your homework? What did you do?
Okay,
Robin.
so I kind of didn't really do it, but let's go back. Let's revisit. I didn't do it because I knew that only 2 people, well, possibly 3 people that were here had heard my version of Moses. So
Oh, what is it?
I figured I could always default to that.
She said, "Do what I say, not what I do." That's what she said.
Yeah, really. No, really, like every day this week, I was like, I need to do my homework, and then I was like, but
A solitaire.
stuff, yeah. But there's TikTok videos to cut, and there's a movie to edit, a video to edit, and there's a kid to spend time with, and there's a video game to play, and yeah, it didn't get done. Anyways, Moses. Moses was the subject of that movie, Prince of Egypt. He's been the subject of a lot of movies, including that really old one, The 10 Commandments, that people talk about that I've never actually seen.
What's that one about?
Was it the Exodus one with Christian Bale? I really like that one.
Yep, that's about Moses as well. They made a lot of movies about
I like
Moses.
that one.
Moses is a fun character. It's really not even Moses that I like to talk about. I like to talk about the Israelites because the Israelites just are such good material.
Yeah.
Such good material. The Israelites are like literally the most stubborn people I've ever seen in my entire existence. But
I mean, it only took them 40 years to go
11 days.
mean,
11-day trip.
your God put a pillar of fire in front of you to guide you on your path. And while you're looking at the pillar of fire, you're over here going, he's going to let me starve. He led me out here to die. There's a pillar of fire from your God. That's not enough? That's not enough of a sign?
And then you get the what is this every morning?
Yes. The manna that fell from the bread fell from the sky. Bread fell from the sky. They complained about the bread. He sent them birds so that they could have meat. He sent them so much meat that they choked on it because
I sent you 3 boats.
sometimes God will grant your wishes just to teach you a lesson, like Dee said the other day, and that was one of those times. He said the manna wasn't enough, so that he sent so much meat that they were choking on it. And he basically told them to choke on it when he sent it.
You said your little dog too.
He said, oh, what I gave you's not enough? Oh, you want more? Have some more. And he filled them up to the point that they were so tired of meat and wishing that they had the bread back.
Is that how we came up with vegetarians?
I mean, it could be some generational trauma there.
They were just tired of meat.
Or their mom just didn't cook it right. They're like, ooh, I'd rather not.
I never knew chicken was supposed to be moist. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's how I ended up hating mashed potatoes.
Because chicken was moist?
No, because my daddy's girlfriend didn't cook them right.
But then when you taste some good ones, you're like, what?
Like, this is not
Oh, yeah.
anything like I grew up with.
Yeah, I've been missing out. Shit.
Most of my life.
That's why I didn't eat spinach till I was an adult, because
That I find.
nobody knows how to cook it. We are way off topic. Anyways, back to Moses. So, Moses. Okay, so at the time when Moses was born, the Israelites were slaves to Egypt. They had been slaves to Egypt for going on 400 years at that point. And because of what happened with Joseph, that's how they got to Egypt. And then once they got to Egypt, the Pharaoh enslaved them. Not related to what Joseph did. But anyways, they were enslaved for 400 years. This little kid, this Pharaoh, the Pharaoh, his advisors tell him, like, look at all these slaves, like, watch and look at how they pray to this God that's not you, because Egyptians believe that their Pharaoh is in fact a god. Anyways, they rile up the Pharaoh. So the Pharaoh I'm telling you like it happened, not like it's a modern day thing. So let me rewrite this.
What if? What if?
Okay, so let me rewrite this. So there is a group of housing, of government housing, we'll say. And it is run by a tyrannical landlord, we're going with. All right. And so the landlord decides that some of the people who live in the apartment buildings aren't giving him enough credit. And so he decides to punish them. And so he decides that he's going to limit how many kids they can have in their house, right? And he says, if you have more than this many kids, you're going to lose your housing. So along comes Moses' mom, who happened to be pregnant when he made that rule. And the baby happened to put her over the number of kids she's allowed to have in the house, right? Because she's already got Miriam, she's already got Aaron, probably others, but they're not mentioned. So she takes the baby. When the baby's born, she doesn't know what to do with it. She's scared. She doesn't want to be put out of the house because then her and all of her children are going to suffer for it. So she takes the baby, she puts it in a dumpster. Okay. Along comes this aristocratic uptown person, right? Let's say the mayor's daughter, who happens along this dumpster, and here's the baby crying. She finds the baby. She decides to take the baby home. She takes the baby home. She raises the baby as her child. So the baby that was born and laid into a dumpster is now being raised as the mayor's grandchild, right? So he's got everything he needs. He's got a fancy house and fancy clothes and friends and laughter and love. There's a servant girl that came to work for them who kind of looks like him, but he doesn't really think too deep into it. Her name's Miriam. She's just there. She kind of waits on his mom. Anyways, he grows up. And when he grows up, he finds out that he's adopted. Not only does he find out that he's adopted, but he finds out that his real family is the family that's in this housing place that they're being persecuted and restricted, and they're not living their best life. They're they're not allowed to have food. Their housing is slumlord level. Their everything is bad. So he goes to try to fix it. Right, he goes there to try to fix it, and when he goes there in his fancy clothes and his shiny car, and he pulls up and he says, "Hey, I'm one of you," and they say, "No, you're not," and they reject him. They send him away, and they're like, "You can't help us. You need to just go." Right? So then he gets into a fight. He gets into a fight with this kid at school, and the kid at school said something about his birth family because he didn't know. And then Moses got real upset, real out of character. He kind of blacked out a little bit, and when he come to, he realized that he has beat this person to death. So now he's got a problem because murder is illegal everywhere, and you can't get out of it even if you are the mayor's grandchild. So he kind of doesn't really know what to do, so he takes off. He runs away. He runs off. He finds, maybe he finds a hippie commune out in North Dakota. I don't know. And he starts his life. He finds a woman. He falls in love. They have a kid. They have a life. Everything is gravy. And then one day, Moses is walking. Let's say he's walking down the street. Maybe he's, teaching his son how to ride a bike. Maybe he's just taking a walk to get some fresh air. I don't know. He's walking down the street. And as he's walking down the street, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this tree in front of him just catches on fire. Right? So Moses kind of stops and he's like, "What? Why is this tree on fire?" And then he's watching this tree and he's like trying to like get his cell phone out so he can call help, and his cell phone is dead, and he's kind of trying to fumble around and figure out what's going on, but he notices that the tree is on fire but it's not burning. So he's like, "What?"
What?
What? So he goes over, gets a little closer to the tree so he can investigate why this tree is like clearly on fire and not burning. Right?
That's how you know he's white.
Why?
Let's go check out the weirdness.
Because he went towards the strange instead of away from the strange. Yep. So he gets closer. And he gets closer to the tree, he starts hearing this voice, this loud, like booming, like voice, and he can't figure out where it's coming from because there's no one else around. But he hears this loud voice, and the voice is saying his name. He's saying Moses, right? That's as deep as I get, just so you know. He's saying Moses, and Moses is like, "Who is talking to me? What is happening? Did somebody turn on like my Bluetooth? What's going on?" And right,
Alexa Fire Stick.
yeah. Right. So as he gets closer, the voice that he can't find, the voice says, "Moses, take off your shoes because this place is holy." And Moses is like, "Take off my shoes? Like, do you know what's on this ground?"
These are Balenciagas.
These are the new Jordans.
Like,
Yeah, these are the new J's. Heck no.
These shoes is expensive. I'm not leaving these behind, right? But the voice tells him again, like, take off your shoes. You're in a place that's holy. So he takes off his shoes, carries it with him because them Jordans weren't cheap, and he goes over to the tree to get a better look at this burning tree that's not burning. And he gets there, and the voice tells him that he's God and that he has a mission for him to save the people in the apartment complex, his people, his family that he raised. And so he's like, I have a plan already. Like, eventually I'm going to be old enough to run for an office, and I'm going to run for mayor, and I'm going to make changes, and da 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 da. And God was like, "No, I want you to do it this way."
You're gonna do it like this, and you're gonna do it now.
He says, "This is what you're going to do. You're going to leave your family here. You're going to go back there, and you're going to approach this landlord, this like big fancy dude that's friends with your grandpa, the mayor, and you're going to tell him he needs to let these people like free of their lease and make new leases and fix things up and whatever. Or there's going to be consequences." And Moses is like, "I'm not a people person.
He said, no.
I stutter and I'm not good with words and I don't like people, and you probably need to just pick somebody else."
I have a speech impediment.
Yeah.
I get my merge mixed up.
I stutter. But anyways, so God is like, "Okay, you're right. I see your point. You're not a good speaker. So I'm going to send you your brother to speak for you, and I'm going to give you some stuff that you can do to prove to this guy that I'm serious, right?" And so Moses is real not wanting to do this, right? And he's like, "No, I really just think that this is a bad idea. You know, did you know I killed somebody? I'm not the right one for this job, right?
I ain't the one.
I ain't the one. You need to go and tell somebody else to take off their expensive shoes." And so why am I blurry? Weird.
I don't know. It just happened.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Anyways,
And then there's that.
sorry, I had to do that. Anyways,
Yeah,
so
this
what happened?
nothing.
So anyways, so Moses is finally like, Well, I guess since you're a disembodied voice and you're talking to me all deep and crazy while I'm looking at this tree that's on fire but not burning, maybe I should take this a little bit more seriously. Maybe. So he's like, all right, I'll do it. As long as you do all the things that you agreed to do just now, I will go through with this, right? So he goes back and he runs into this dude who comes up and he's like, yo, dude, I'm your brother, right? He's like, come to our house, meet our family. Did you know you had a sister? And
How's your mother doing?
how's your mom and them? And bless your heart. But anyways, so long story short, there's no way to make that story short, just so you know. They go to the big guy, the guys that are in charge. He goes to his own father, his own grandfather, and the guy who's running all of the slums in town, right? And he tells them, like, you have to fix this. You have to let these people move out. You can't hold them to their lease. You have to let them find other housing that's more suited. And they're like, no. So Aaron, he's real eloquent. He's like the opposite of Moses. And he talks to them. He says all these really wonderful, flowery speeches. And he makes really good points. And they're just like, no, I'm not doing it. So Moses starts performing all these signs and wonders that were given him by this weirdly burning tree. And basically, at the end of all of that, he led the people out of the city, and they all went and joined the hippie commune. The end.
Moses, we think you've been burning some trees.
I'll never tell. Yeah, so that was Moses. So now that we did that, and we still have some time, anybody got anything else they want to talk about, and or anything to say about Moses, Joseph, Sarah, or Isaac?
You know, the interesting thing is, how many people do you imagine probably thought Moses was nuts?
And not as many people as the amount of people who thought Noah was nuts.
Right?
Because, yeah, the town drunk just got up one day and told everybody that God told him to build a giant boat because so he was going to flood the world and they were all going to drown.
Exactly. What? Nah.
It's like Chicken Little, huh? The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
Yeah, basically. That's basically how they took it, right? Because they were like, what are you talking about? It's not going to rain like that. We're all going to, like, you're crazy. You're drunk. Go drink another one, you know?
Yeah. Go away, boy. You're bothering me.
I'll say. Sorry, foghorn leghorn. But anyway, yeah. So he goes and he's over there and he's building this boat, and the people are literally laughing at him while he's building the boat because they're like, "It's gonna rain, Moses, Noah, it's gonna rain. Oh, Noah, I think I felt drops." Right. So and then he builds the ark. Right. He builds the ark. He builds this giant boat, and then
the very first cruise ship.
The very first, and then his very first occupants are animals. He somehow manages to herd 2 of every type of animal into this giant. Granted, it is a giant ark, and one day I'm going to go to the ark experience so I can experience that. But 2 of every kind of animals on the earth at the time in a boat.
In a boat. A boat.
I have questions.
I said, Robin, you saw that video I sent you? It said the 2 ants watching the 2 anteaters.
Right. And that's one of my questions. Like, some of the animals that existed at the time were predators to some of the other animals that existed at the time. How did they all exist on a boat?
Because the Lord said to.
Y'all get tossed overboard. You start.
I mean, because the Lord said so. It's in the red words. It's in the important words.
There are no red words in the Old Testament.
But
See what happened was.
What
But
happened?
the thing about that is, in instances of natural disasters and stuff, you can see even into today, herds of lions will be next to the wildebeest and stuff, getting out of the way of
Well, yeah, because if you ain't
the
hungry,
the flood waters and stuff, because hey, preservation first.
Right.
Yeah, we gotta live first. We'll get back to eating each other later.
Yeah, but they were on a boat. Like,
Yep.
it wasn't like they were actively running for their lives. They were on a boat that was largely stationary for 40 days and 40 nights, plus the amount of time it took for the water to melt or fade or evaporate or whatever it did.
Recede. Yes, dear.
Yes, Dustin.
how does water melt?
Well, what had happened was.
Carefully. Very carefully.
I mean, I've seen ice melt. I've never seen water melt.
Well, ice is frozen water, so it counts. But anyway,
Maybe water vapor is water melted.
there you go. Mom, yes,
But
I have someone you should watch.
Oh, rough and stuff with my Afro puffs.
Sorry, he had to tell me about something that he saw on TV. Anyway, so this has kind of just been, it's like a fun free for all kind of night. Anybody want to talk about any other Genesis characters and how they would react, how they would have told their story in modern times? Or even
I believe that Adam and Eve were told that they could use any technology in the world except for Macintosh.
and
Don't
that's
touch Apple.
and that's why you shouldn't use Apple. Don't tell anybody I said that. No, I was kidding. Yeah, that's why you should
That's
stay away.
something that's something my cousin believes too. He's like he said if nothing else, it's at least taunting. Hence why their logo is a bite out of an apple.
I mean, it's clearly a reference to that. It has to be. It's so on point.
I mean,
It's just so on the nose. It had to be just a blatant just kiss off.
I just want to know one thing though. If Macintosh makes a car, would it have windows?
Can you mute him? Can you mute D?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You're
What's
not
going on?
muted.
She's gonna mute you. Yeah, you can mumble muted. It's distracting me.
We're vibing to your humming.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. I appreciate it. Someone's not negative.
Oh, you missed the first. Oh, he missed the first part.
Oh, boys have to
Yeah.
stick together. That's what it is. Tristan is the only one who didn't have a bad day today, so there you go.
My bad.
Hope your days get better.
I mean, we could make your day not
Or
great.
nights.
Just saying.
Booty man.
With our powers combined.
Captain Planet. He's our hero. All right. So, just for fun, because we have time, what biblical character would Captain Planet be?
Adam?
Captain Planet.
Do you know Captain Planet?
Yeah, he's a white.
No, on a
blue
first name basis.
turquoise.
I mean, I've heard about him. Don't really-
I used to watch that. I used to watch that show every day or whenever it came on. I'm hip. I'm old. I'm old, I should say. I'm old too.
Captain Planet. He was a good one. Who would be
Me.
the biblical equivalent of Captain Planet? Anybody?
My guess would be Adam, being that he lived his whole life in a garden, or most of it.
I would say, ooh, saying God is crazy. But
Yeah, because Captain Planet doesn't really create. Because I was going to say the same thing, like God, but
he's like Mother Nature almost, because doesn't he have all them in his like earth, wind, fire, and all that?
What's
Yeah.
the heart? But anyway, he doesn't create though. He preserves and he protects, but he doesn't create.
And see on, well,
Who's the shepherd dude who just be hanging out with all the lambs and stuff?
Jesus.
David.
Oh, well, maybe him, right? Because he's just like there preserving.
David would be a
David.
good one.
David, maybe. I could go with David. I could see how that could correlate. Or Solomon. Solomon did a lot. He did a lot
I
of.
was about to say so.
Oh, my bad. State your state your source. Go ahead and tell us your
Right,
reasoning.
No, I was just gonna say Solomon just because the generic reasons. He was wise, he was all that stuff. But that's hard, Captain Planet.
I don't know how wise a man is. It has to depend on 5 people to come together to create him.
Yeah,
I mean, but on the other hand, how often do 5 people come together like that in one accord?
how do we feel about
Rituals. I'm like, hold on. They call those cults now, right? They're drinking Kool-Aid, I hear.
How do we feel about Samson?
Samson.
Ooh.
Samson's
Okay.
a thought.
So,
yeah.
so are we talking any biblical character, or are we still in Genesis?
Any biblical character.
Okay.
Oh, any.
So how does Samson correlate to Captain Planet?
I have no idea.
Other than like
Actually, on
Samson.
this one, I'm thinking.
Boo this
I just
man.
because when I don't know, I was just thinking like correlating like heroic
Because
heroic
Samson's like the
figures
first
almost.
superhero. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
His strength, his heart, his willingness to protect.
Yes.
Yeah, all that.
So yeah, I can see where Samson kind of fits.
What
a
she
little bit.
said.
Till he got a haircut.
Yeah, cut his hair is screwed. Cause see, I
Well,
started
yeah,
to
because that's
say
where his power
Abel,
was.
but
Abel.
Because he grew good crops.
well, but I mean, again, that was Abel's thing. It just with the earth, and he just had such a rapport with the earth itself. You know, as far as being able to grow good crops and so on and so forth. But then
Yeah.
that's where it stopped because yeah.
You could
Google
say.
says there's 3 possibilities.
Okay, what does Google say?
Number 1, the literal
Oh,
match.
he cheated.
Number 1, the literal match would be Adam.
And
I don't. Adam's that's too.
That's too
that's
obvious.
such a cheat answer, bro.
Too
That's such a
obvious.
cheat answer.
Okay.
He's the
number
first one I
2.
thought about.
Number 2, the ecological hero being Noah.
Noah. How is I don't Captain.
If you need a
Okay.
if you need a character who actively steps up to save every living species on Earth from absolute destruction, it'd be Noah.
But did he though?
Man, yeah.
Google leaves like no room for discussion. You just want a straight
But-
up answer.
But did he
don't let
though?
us
Like,
talk.
Well,
there
it has like
there is room to discuss that though, because did Noah really step up to try to save all of that, or was he just the drunk guy in town that heard the voice of God?
I mean, he just followed directions.
Yeah.
He got it on his Jeepers, and he goes, "Okay, let's
He
go."
wasn't like actively like save the planet. He was actively like, there's this guy talking in my head, and I need to do what he says.
Okay, number 3 is the elemental master, which would be Elijah.
I could see Elijah. I could definitely see Elijah.
Captain Planet relies on controlling the elements in terms of sheer power. No biblical figure commands the physical elements quite like the prophet Elijah.
Okay, how about
Okay.
this one? How about this one? Just because it has some like fire and stuff in it. What about Lot?
Lot.
Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. We can think about climate change.
That's a lot.
Google also gives possibilities to which Bible figures would have which ring.
Oh, okay. All right. This I've got to know. I've got to know.
Man,
Let's
this
do
is
it. Let's
not
do it.
Lord of the Rings, bro.
No, but
Yeah, the 5 rings
the,
of
like,
Captain Planet.
the power rings, the Captain Planet rings.
Yeah, I know.
But
Okay.
That's like, what's that dude in Avengers with all the stones, Infinity
Thanos.
Stones?
Oh,
Thanos.
Thanos.
He's like, but no, that would be Bill Gates. Bill Gates would be Thanos.
right,
But anyway, yeah. So let's hear it. Who would have what ring?
okay, so Earth would be Moses.
Cause he parted. the
Fire would
water.
be Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, split between that makes sense.
Wind would be Ezekiel.
Really on the nose. These are.
Water would be Joshua.
Cause he parted.
And
the
heart
sea.
would be King David.
Wait, Joshua?
Joshua parted the Jordan.
Remind me? Okay, yeah. The Jordan? Come on, Moses should be water.
Right, but
The
Moses,
Jordan?
Moses did a lot of other things though besides crossing the Red
He
Sea.
parted a little puddle, bruh.
But also Moses commanded the ground to swallow up the rebels.
Yeah, he did. And he struck the rock to bring water forth, and he did. You know.
Yeah, he got in trouble for that the second time.
Was that all of them? I feel like we didn't get to Heart. Who was Heart?
King David.
Okay.
Yeah,
He had a big heart for Bathsheba.
he did.
Oh Lord, I was just thinking about that too. I was like, except for her, like, can we talk about that real quick?
I mean, he
But
loved
see how
Lust is
her.
everybody
always
was-
man's fault.
He loved her so much. He killed her husband and took her as his wifey.
I don't know what that's love.
That's one killer woman.
What's love got to do? Got to do with it.
In that situation, nothing.
I mean, can we talk about why was she taking a bath on the roof? Like, what was that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, she had
'Cause
to
there's
know.
even
She had
bigger.
to know she was being watched because it's
Yeah,
like
that's
she
true.
lived like
I
right
never
under
thought
the
about that.
Just by him.
I never thought about that. Why was she taking a bath on
Why
the
was
roof?
she taking a
He
bath
did it
on
for
the
the
roof?
follows.
She knew King David was watching her. That's why she's like, ooh, let me get
That's
some
what
of
I'm
that money.
saying. Like, she had to have known. Because why else would she have been on the roof of all places? taking a
Snapchat.
bath? Knowing that she lived under the palace and he could look down. Yeah, she did that on purpose. She was gold digger. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
It's been a while since I read the Old Testament. Was it David Solomon's like?
Father?
He was like
Successor?
Solomon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Solomon was the son of his discretion with Bathsheba. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Solomon was the result of that midnight.
That's when it all went downhill for
hysteria.
David, right?
Well,
Bathsheba.
So
That's
the
when it
thing
started going
is,
downhill.
and this is something that we actually should make a whole study on. Was that just that story? Because that story is crazy, and I've done studies on it before. And I'm actually writing a story based on like from the point of view of Bathsheba. But basically, yeah. So she was on the roof taking a bath. David scoped her out and said, I can need a piece of that. He sent her husband out to the front lines to die. And then he took her as his wifey and he got her knocked up. And God said, whoa, bruh.
I mean,
You overstepped a little bit there. Like,
what you doing there?
what were you thinking? Like, I feel like you should have thought this through a little bit better. And so the first baby, the baby that was actually the result of the infidelity, died. And that was meant to be, according to the Bible, that was David's punishment. But in my mind, that's more Bathsheba's punishment because that was her child that was lost, and David had 10 other kids.
Yeah.
But anyways, he repented, he got clean. I'm assuming Bathsheba did her ritual cleansing, hopefully not on a roof. And they were forgiven, and so they were allowed to have Solomon, who became David's heir, who built the temples, and they made lots of movies about it, and Indiana Jones and Han Solo and all of that.
Isn't that the same person?
Huh?
Isn't that the same person?
Yes.
Indiana Jones and Han Solo?
Yeah,
Yes.
Harrison Ford, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
You can actually, there's actually whole lots of internet talk about how Han Solo and Indiana Jones are actually the same person.
I believe it.
Not just because they're both played by Harrison Ford, but because they're actually like
Yeah.
They're both made by George Lucas too.
I was gonna say that too. They're both made by George Lucas.
I'm a nerd, sorry.
To be honest,
Aren't we
if
all?
you follow the storyline of the first 3 Indiana Jones, they very strangely correlate with the first 3 episodes of Star Wars. But anyways, that was our geek moment for the day.
So, do you mean 1, 2, 3, or the original 3 of 4, 5, 6?
The 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so the one with Jar Jar Binks.
And Anakin.
Okay.
Oh, Annie.
Yeah. I know one thing. One of these days, we're really going to have to get into these women in the Bible just throughout. You ever notice they do some really dumb stuff?
They do some really dumb stuff, and some of them do some really profound and outstanding stuff, but it doesn't matter because the men get all the attention.
What would you like for your birthday? A man's head, a silver platter.
Yeah. Can we talk about that?
That would be awesome.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the apple, please?
And the tough part is, and then you wonder why women today are freaking nuts. Look at what we had to come from.
Right? You know that for the rest of eternity, Adam was like, why'd you make me eat that apple? Why'd you make me eat that fruit?
You know it.
I mean, the fact is you ate it, bro. You made that choice. It wasn't mine. I didn't force it down your throat.
I wonder what if Eve would have taken a bite, but she couldn't convince Adam to take a bite. How would the story change?
Then Eve would have been cast out like Lilith, and they would have started over for a 3rd time.
We gonna do it again.
So, and then woman would be cursed and not men.
I mean, well, that's pretty much how it is anyway.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you like can we look at the difference between the 2 curses, between the man's curse and the woman's curse, and tell me exactly how in any way, shape, or form that's fair or even?
Do we have to plow the field until the day we die?
I don't see you doing any plowing, Tristan.
Not
I mean, but that was what the curse was.
Exactly.
Men made stuff to make men's curse lesser. Women still have to deal with childbirth. You know?
In what way is it
Menopause.
fair that
And
women's
everything else.
punishment was all of that painful everything? And also on top of that, there was the whole like always pining for your husband and never being satisfied thing that was thrown into that curse. And then let's top that all off with the whole enmity with the snakes thing. And then Adam got, oh yeah, and you have to work the soil to make your food. It's not going to be provided for you anymore.
I just put in a Walmart order and I'm good.
So how's that fair? How is that fair? Tell me. Let's talk about
So,
that.
so what I don't understand is why, because typically when it comes to the Old Testament, after Jesus' death, like none of that stuff applies. So why does that stuff still apply? If like sacrifices don't apply anymore and stuff like that.
Jesus came
What?
to replace the law. He didn't come to replace God's word since the beginning of time.
That's true. Okay, yeah.
I'm like, they about to sacrifice LeBron right now. What you... I'm like, they still doing those. Every helicopter that takes off is a sacrifice. But I digress.
Yeah, Jesus came to replace the law because the law didn't work. He didn't come to undo every decree, everything that Jesus ever or that God ever did. But still, I feel like the whole Bible is man-centric, but I feel like there was enough women in the Bible that did the right thing and got recognized for it that I don't know, maybe we should have had a reduction of our sentence. That's what I'm saying. Cause man, it's a lifelong curse. It doesn't stop. And men, they don't even have to deal with their curse anymore because they just order from Walmart or DoorDash it.
Right.
But they do have to deal with their women's curse.
And we make sure that you have to deal with it as much as humanly possible. Because how else are we going to do? What else are we going to do about it? I mean, it's not fair. And you know, and like, and Eve, granted, she was the one who pulled the fruit on the tree and took a bite of it first. But one, she was deceived by the serpent, who I think is generally assumed to be male. And Adam knew better and he did it anyway. So it's not like, it's not like she did all of the sinning. Because, for one, Adam was there. At any point, he could have been like, hey, Eve, don't do that.
Yeah, I think Adam was probably just as naive as she was. He really was, and it didn't take much from her to go, "Hey, you should try this," for him to go,
Yes,
"That does
dear.
look pretty dang good."
Because if you look at the text, and especially if you look at God's judgment on them for what they did, it's very clear that Adam was there and complicit to the entire act. It's not like he just walked up later
Yeah.
and saw her holding a fruit and she was like, here, eat this, and he just ate it. He was there. He heard the serpent too. He heard him talking to her. He heard what she did. He saw her reach for the apple. At any point in time, he could have been like, woman, stop.
She's like, I'll remove this leaf if you do
Yeah,
it.
he was a pretty weak man because he allowed her to convince him that easily.
I mean, she didn't even convince
Yeah.
him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was there with him. They were there together. The serpent may have been
It's a Granny Smith. Try it.
The serpent may have been speaking directly to the woman, but the man was also present. It's not like it's not like he didn't know what was happening. He could have at any point in time shut it down because, as we all know, that the man is supposed to be the leader of the household and the in charge guy, and she would have had to listen and be submissive if he would have been like, "Stop it."
Yeah. And maybe that's exactly why the serpent went after Eve first.
Probably him.
I mean, think about it like that. Going after Adam really wouldn't have been much of a thing. And at any point, he could have just, yeah, nah, I'm good.
When he
But
saw
Yeah.
Adam, he's like, "That's gonna be
but
too
Eve
easy."
was actually Adam's weak point.
And think
I
about,
mean,
yeah,
seriously,
you're right. Actually,
Eve
Eve
was
would have
Adam's weak
been
point.
the weak point. And also, think about it this way: was it a greater sin for him to stand there and let her eat the fruit first?
Mm.
No, I mean he knew better. She knew better too. But she had the serpent going. Nah, 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 nah. He didn't have the serpent talking to him. He was just standing there. He was just watching her. He's like, "Look at my pretty wife. Oh, look, she's about to break heavenly laws. Oh, isn't that special? Oh, let me just join in."
He said, "If you do it, I'll do it."
Secretly, on the DL, he was like, Adam was like, "Hey, let's go over there and pretend there's this serpent that's talking to you. We're just going to do this, right?" That's how it really went down. We all know that's how it really went down.
And then she's like, "These are really going to kick up those pies I've been making."
She was like, "I'm so tired of all the other fruit in this infinite garden. I just want to try something new."
Something that's crisp. A little sweet, a little sour.
It's like Snow White. The little serpent was the little grandma laughing, closing the thing. No, that's so goofy.
Well, I mean, you could do a modern correlation there too, right? Because think about this. Think about how many families the woman decides what products they have, right? Typically, generally speaking, the woman decides what products come into the household, and the man's just like, "Oh, cool," and he just uses whatever she gives him,
Yeah,
right? So,
because
in modern
that would
correlation,
fall under that whole hunter-gatherer type thing. The husband
right,
goes out and works, and da-da-da. The woman goes and gathers. She's the one that does the shopping, does the whatever.
right,
He don't care. Just cool. Make sure there's stuff in the house we can eat. We're good.
exactly.
Awesome. Don't care
Nom
what it
nom food, nom
is.
nom veg, whatever. But
Exactly.
so basically, yeah, so like in a modern correlation, right? So it would be like, the woman saw an ad or spoke to a person or in some way was enticed to buy an iPhone. But she didn't just buy one iPhone, right? Because we're a family, so we bought an iPhone for everybody. And you brought it home, you handed it.
We got the 4-member plan.
I got 4
Yeah.
phones on T-Mobile, right? And
If you buy 3, you get 1 free.
fun fact, we know how that really works, and they really end up paying for it. But hey, we'll let them believe they got it for free, and their monthly bill just magically increased by $200.
Yeah, right.
Do you think Jesus would have his date of birth in his email?
I'd be like, Jesus Christ,
That's what I want.
0000000
JC the man. BC 009.
It was Jesus and the 12 disciples, not JC and the boys.
Son of God. Whole birthday. Yeah.
He was hit with tiny rocks, so he fell off his donkey. He was not stoned off his ass.
That's funny. Jesus would probably have his whole social security in his email because who's gonna mess with it? I mean,
He's gonna be like, yeah, he's gonna taunt the people to do it, and then he's gonna be like, "You are not my follower."
like who's gonna do it? Who's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I have Jesus's information. I'm gonna steal his identity.
Who's
Right?
gonna
And then
do
you
the
walk
work?
around like, I am the Messiah, and everybody's like, it's the Antichrist.
Right? Because there's only one person that's going to have to be that brave. And oh, look, the Antichrist has announced himself.
I don't know. We're being real dumb right now. I'm just we're just having fun.
Sometimes dumb is necessary.
Sometimes you just got to be like that. Today, I just wanted it to be light today because I felt like we had been having really heavy topics the last few weeks, and I just wanted it to be like a fun kind of event. And I know that we have a lot of fun with that whole take the Bible story and make it modern. And I really should have done my homework, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, I should have done better hearing
Apparently,
y'all.
we've all had a week.
We have.
Oh my
we
god!
have had a week.
Damn, next time I'm gonna just not do homework next time. That was crazy.
But yeah, so I mean, we can do more like this too because I feel like even though, it's just backstory, it's fun to play with and there are lessons in those stories, which is why they teach them to children.
Mm-hmm.
Gross, Tristan.
Oh dear God, what did you do?
What do you?
What did you do?
Read the chat.
What would you do?
I don't think so, Tim.
I think I'm gonna go try and get some gaming in before it gets too late.
Yeah, I think we're pretty
Well,
done
I've
for
seen
this week
feeling.
unless somebody else has something else they want to bring up. Nope.
You want to go out with? Oh, we didn't even do a prayer, huh?
We didn't pray in. We were not in that state, but now we can do
Yeah,
a
we
prayer.
jumped right in with both feet today.
We're talking about Verizon. Even that was good.
Verizon. All right, let's pray out.
I'm blaming it on the CERN.
Yeah, let's pray out.
All right, I'll do it. I haven't done it in a while. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Dear Lord, thank you so much for letting us all meet together tonight, and thank you for allowing us to have a little levity in our day and make it a little better. It's fun to learn about the people and the ways that you shaped our world, and we are excited to know more about you and learn more about you by our studying and our fellowship with each other. I hope we all have a wonderful rest of the week, and all of the things that we mentioned last week for prayer requests, I hope we keep them all in mind as we go forward. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I said, amen.
Father Abraham had many sons. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Be sure to like and comment and share. Also, make sure you follow so that you can see when new videos are posted. Have a great day, and thank you for tuning in.